So the year was 2007. I was playing fullback and cornerback for the Clay County youth football team. And we were having a great season. 2-5. And we were on our way to play DeKalb County. And I had a personal history with DeKalb County because I had gotten hurt in the game the previous year. I got my knee sprained on the first play of the game and had to sit out for half the season. So I was going to make it up. I was a big boy now, 10 years old, big time player. Fullback, very important job in junior pro football. If you're not lead blocking, you're just trying to lay low and try to trip up linebackers and not get run over. But I was also front line on the kickoff return team. So when we went out there, after we did all our drills and everything, it was super hot that day. My brother and sister were on the sideline. They were giving waters out to the teams. And so I was sitting out there, I was looking across, and I was like, you know what? It's time to send a message. I'm going to take out the kicker. And I saw them break, and the kicker walked up, and I immediately understood the error of my ways. Because the kicker was a giant. I mean, a real-life human giant. And I remember thinking, well, listen, I'm going to hit the hardest. I'm going to hit the biggest guy on the team. So this guy kicked off, and I could tell by the way he kicked off and how far the ball flew through over my head that this guy had a cannon leg. So I was like, listen, cut the head off the snake. I'm going for the kicker. So I just take off straight after this guy. Fist pumping. Just going crazy right after him. Hit him right in between the numbers. And it's like a clash of the titans. And it was pretty much like a bluebird hitting a garbage truck. He brushed me off, like a windshield wiper. And I go down, and I had hit him as hard as I could with my head. And my shoulders were like this. And my neck just disappeared. And I was down the field. Coach didn't see it. It was literally the first 2 seconds of the game. And I walked off to the sideline, and my brother and sister did see it. And they didn't even offer me any water. They just sprayed my face down with the water bottles. They were like, buddy, you got to stop doing this. You're going to get yourself killed. And I was sitting over there on the sideline like, man, we've got a whole game to play. And I just got injured on the very first play again for the second year in a row. And I was like, but you know what? I don't need my neck to play cornerback because I got my other skills. Number one most important thing when you're playing junior pro cornerback is to have social skills, because I used to talk the wide receivers out of trying to hit me. I was like, listen, man, no 10-year-old in the country is going to be able to hit you in stride because I'm a lockdown corner in Madden. And if we just work together, we can both get through this, and none of us can get hurt, none of us can get cleated. And so usually I just sit over there and we just talk the whole time while the rest of the game is going on. And occasionally I'd make it seem like I was making an effort. But there were only 15 guys on our team, so I wasn't really too worried about getting supplanted. So me and the other guy were just out there talking, and I was sitting there kind of thinking, like, what are we going to eat after the game? Maybe Burger King, hopefully Dairy Queen, but there's me and my brother and sister are there, so I don't think Dad's going to buy 4 meals. And so maybe we're probably ham sandwiches back at the house. That's our usual post-game snack. And I look up and this guy's gone. And I was like, listen, there's only one thing that this could mean to a 10-year-old. Because I've played Madden and I know the Wildcat. And that's a wide receiver reverse. And sure enough, that guy's going, grabbing the ball, and the play's already started. So I just take off running. As hard as I can. I'm going to save the day because I think I just screwed up big time. So I run behind the line of scrimmage. And I made sure to give the quarterback a forearm shiver as I go by. Because, I just want to let him know, send a message. And this guy's running towards the sideline. Keeps cutting in and out, bouncing it outside. He's got blockers. He's trying to maneuver. He's already got, 5-10 yards down the field by the time that I crossed the line of scrimmage. So I'm pumping. I'm just going crazy, running as hard as I can towards this guy. And so I finally catch up to him. And he's busting a huge play. But I grab his jersey, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I've just pulled off the play of the century. University of Tennessee, I hope you're watching this video because I am the next big thing. And as I'm grabbing this guy, his jersey, once again, my mind is wandering, and I fail to notice this giant golden sphere coming straight at me. And I'm sitting there just doing the best that I can, just trying to hold on and just trying to get enough of a grip so I can just horse collar this guy to the ground. And all of a sudden, I get hit with the nastiest peel back block I have ever heard of or seen in junior pro football. I mean, I went down like a ton of bricks. I went from leaning forward, whiplash, back, on my back, sitting there. Immediately the tears start coming. I mean, I couldn't even control it. Tears start going. I'm sitting there just straight up prone on my back, and my brother and sister run up immediately. I mean, the play's not even over yet. They're on the field just trying to administer emotional first aid to me. And all I can think of, I'm just trying to roll over and be like, at least, please let there be a penalty flag or something so that I don't end up on SportsCenter. Because that's the way I thought when I was 10 years old. Still think of that way, too. And so I was sitting there, I was rolled over, I was like, referee, please throw the flag. Please, you saw that was the nastiest peel black block. That was the dirtiest play in history. This kid's going to be suspended, probably shunned by his friends, probably get a spot on the high school team, but man, that guy's the dirtiest player in the world. And everybody, I'm crying, I'm like just being a little baby out there. And no one is noticing. It's just me and my sister and brother. And I roll on my back and like start to sit up. And I look up, and it's our defensive tackle, and he's looking down at us. This guy's name is Big Ike, Ivan. And I don't know anybody who's named Ivan at all other than him. And I don't know of anybody who's named Ivan that's not super strong. And this guy was the biggest guy on our team by far. He's looking down at me, and I'm thinking, okay, he's come to offer his condolences. I appreciate that, but man, somebody from the other team just lit me up. And you know what he said to me? He said, "My bad, bro." And I looked up at him, and my eyes started to narrow, and I started to realize what had happened. See, I was grabbing that guy. This big old defensive tackle lowered his head to try to hit this guy as hard as he could, try to knock him out. I mean, like, seriously, pound him on the sideline. Only thing was, he missed, put his head all the way down, and speared me in the face. And that golden globe that I saw coming at me, that was the top of his head. And so he hit me so hard, and no flag, no nothing. Literally worst incident of football friendly fire that I've seen in my life. And luckily no one got on camera, but I was sitting there just bawling my eyes out. I was trying to walk to the sideline with a towel over my head so no one would see that I was crying. And I walked over. My brother and sister helped me out a lot. And first thing I got home, I said, "Mom and Dad, I'll finish out the rest of the season, but man, get me to play basketball or baseball or something, because I cannot take friendly fire from stinking defensive tackles anymore." And so, yeah, that's the story, man. I switched to basketball. I never touched football again, and I was happy for it, man. I'm very blessed that I chose that. But football is a great sport. It's a sport for men, and I definitely was not a man at that point, and was happy to call it a career in football, and have not played since. So if you like that story, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for future videos. My name's Ben, and thanks for watching.